This fat cunt behind me here is Hague Harry from The Hague. He's a comic strip book character from the 90s, and he's said to represent the quintessential local. A foul-mouthed football hooligan with a beer belly, but a nice lad. And yet again, it's another Dutch statue with just a random lump of shit beside it. I don't know, man, it's a bit fucking weird. His t-shirt says Kapna, essentially get out here. I think we're going to do just that.
Let's go discover today. Take me round the world in 80 ways. Let's go discover today. Take me to Den Haag. Take me to the Hague. Let's go discover today. Take me round the world in 80 ways. Let's go discover today. Take me to Den Haag. Take me to the Hague.
The Dutch are pretty foul-mouthed in general, but The Hague takes the crown when it comes to swearing. And the weird thing is about Dutch swearing, they swear with diseases, like with cancer being the classic, kanker. And The Hague, being the classic swearing city, is known as the Kankerstad, the fucking cancer city. Lads. Oh, what a rebel. They fucking love the cancer here, man. It's like just their word, it's like their cunt word. You can just attach cancer, conquer to anything. You can be like a conquer lul, conquer cut, or you could just be a man of wisdom and just hope that somebody catches it. You can krijg the kanker, krijg the typhus, krijg the cleric, krijg the pest. No one's told me to catch corona yet, but the night is young. It's not even nighttime. If you like statues, you better be hyped for The Hague, where the horses take shites in the bicycle lane. You can come and say hello to my homie Spinoza. Life's pretty boring when you're frozen in a coma. When the breeze is light, it's really nice. There's G's on bikes and we got cheese by the slice. Jesus Christ, just come by and say hi in The Hague. In The Hague. In The Hague. Tucked away on a back street is Dubbelstraat, one of the red light districts in the city centre. And it's all pretty much confined to like this one street here, quiet little out of the way spot. And one of the effects of the lockdown, I guess, that I didn't think of, is that you can now film safely in a red light district. Because if you come around here with a camera when the ladies are working and you take a photo, man, you're either going to get a slap of a pimp or you're going to get a cup of piss thrown on you. And you usually have to pay extra for the cup of piss to be thrown on you. So yeah, it's the red light district in Den Haag.
Ever since the sex workers went away, the neighborhood just ain't been the same. And I can't wank to an empty window. Na 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 na.
Prices seem to be cheaper here as well. It's usually €50 is the going rate in Amsterdam. Come down to The Hague, €35, man. That is not a bad deal.
Ever since the red lights got shut down, I've been creeping like a creepy creep around the town. Cause I can't wank to an empty window. Na 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 na. Ever since the good times ceased, I've been seeking like a thief through the streets. I've been seeking relief. I can't wank to an empty window. Na 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 na.
The Dutch are very open people, and usually they keep the most important space in the middle of every city for the STD clinic. Here we have one here, happy couple coming out. Very open people.
If your STD checks came back clean, then why not try finding some peace in the green? Cause if you live in Den Haag, if you live in The Hague, then you live in the dream.
Interesting aspect of Dutch people, they all consider themselves kings and queens. So even if you live in the shittest apartment, you still get a moat. How cool is that?
Look at the canals while I tell you what's happening. When I make these shitty montages with rapping, it's just to create the illusion that there was an overarching pre-planned general narrative.
Oh man, this big fella. I hope he's okay.
If
If you're an afternoon marauder and you got the time when you saunter by, you might realise that even though we're below sea level, the local water quality is high. There's a car over there, bridges, bikes, tables, chairs. No, we got your man over here. Oh, he disappeared. Oh, no, he's back. Oh, there he goes. So as soon as you walk through these gates, you know you're in Chinatown. It used to originally be the Jewish quarter, but after World War II, the neighbourhood was pretty much gutted of all its inhabitants. And slowly but surely, the Chinese community started moving in, and then everybody else. And now it's a pretty cool fucking neighbourhood. Hark, cast thine disbelieving eyes on the Vredis Palace, the Peace Palace, a beautiful example of the neo-Renaissance style, according to Wikipedia. There's a little bang of sad irony off the building. It was originally created to host the Permanent Court of Arbitration, whose sole goal was to create peace on Earth. And unfortunately, it was unveiled in a hail of hopeful glory in 1913, just in time for the world's first ever large, fully mechanised... It's pointing the other way. Peace to you as well, man. We're making more peace at the Peace Palace here.
I'm living beside it.
You live beside it? So
I'm a lucky man.
you've got a peaceful life.
I have a very peaceful life, yes.
Do you reckon if this palace wasn't here, your peace would increase or decrease?
I don't think it should matter.
Less tourists? Less people like me creeping about?
Yeah, tourists. The great inspirer of this, or brought the money in.
Carnegie?
Yeah, Carnegie. And he was a steel magnate.
Yeah, he was
he was selling
Scottish,
war
was
products, and then he made the Peace Palace.
Oh shit.
It's very strange.
Hey man, we do the same thing today, man. Yeah. Saudi Arabia are the good guys, apparently.
Anyway, he changed in the good way.
Yeah.
But no, it's not a tribunal, weet je wel? No, it's not.
Hey buddy.
Yeah, he wants to go home, man.
Hey, super cool, man.
Have a nice evening.
I'm already having a beautiful evening, man. Same to you. Keep the peace vibes going.
Of course. Yeah, forever.
Take it easy, man. Fine Abend. And the building was unveiled in a hail of hopeful glory in 1913. Pretty much just in time for humanity's first ever large-scale mechanised war, which saw the murder and maiming of millions of the working class and ripped the arse out of a continent. It's nice. Europe was ravaged, but at least the Peace Palace survived in one piece. Jesus, the jokes are getting worse. One of the interesting things you'll notice walking around is that some of the only times you see flags is when there's a school bag attached to it. Look at that. That means someone graduated in this house. Cheers to them. Get a tram. Eat some fish. Go to the Greek side of town. Fucking Greeks, huh? Let's check out Corona Island. This is the Binnenhof. One of the oldest parliament buildings in the world still in use. Pretty fucking boring, right? Well, tough shit, we're going in for a look anyway. The Riddersal, the Knights Hall. This is the one of the largest non-religious Gothic buildings in Europe. But it wasn't always non-religious. Back in the time of knights, in halls, the Netherlands was ruled from Spain by some cartoon-jawed cunt called Charles V of the House of Habsburgs. And the Habsburgs were some decrepit European royal family that were so inbred, they literally fucked themselves into extinction. Let's learn about the Habsburgs, a family you happen to be only marrying and fucking in their family tree. They tried to keep society from diluting their dynasty, then sorta went extinct because genes need variety. Don't fuck the Habsburgs, a bunch of inbred, tongue-wagging, cousin-shagging motherfuckers. Don't fuck the Habsburgs, a bunch of ugly fucking tummy-rubbing, uncle-loving motherfuckers. Anyway, old Charlie 5 was a Catholic, the locals were Protestants, so you know there's going to be a lot of fun with that. But no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. The first Dutch victim of the Inquisition was a lad called Jan de Bakker, and he was tried in this very building here, and obviously found guilty of being a heretic. And if you get found guilty of being a heretic, you're getting burnt at the stake. Not cool. The opposite, in fact. Quite hot indeed. In fact, Jan de Bakker's last words were said to be, "Jesus, that's very hot. Stop setting me on fire, you assholes."
Ooh, little man living on the fountain with your little crown in astounding surroundings. What's it like, little man living on the fountain? Have you been there long or have you even been counting?
One thing you'll always notice about Dutch fountains, there are no coins being thrown in. Fuck's sake, man. It's not because they're cheap. It's because they're on the contact list. They only use the card. That's what they tell the homeless people anyway. Oh. That's the entrance over here for foreigners, and this is for the locals. The Dutch are very open. You can just literally walk right up to the fucking door of the government. So this whole square here inside the Binnenhof is essentially where like the fucking government goes down. There's interviews going on all around me. I'm in the middle here talking about fellas getting burnt at the stake, and there's serious business being done here.
Serious times in a serious place, and there's serious people with serious faces. A serious man stays cool, stays calm in the serious heart of a serious land.
So yeah, this place is like what, the Tweede Kamer, like the second house. And what's this? This is the Ministry of General Affairs. Sounds like a dream job, doesn't it? Oh, what do you do? Oh, just just stuff in general. We'll just have a cheeky little one. There's definitely not a lot of countries that you can smoke joints directly outside the parliament without fear. The Hague. The Hague. The Hague. The Hague. Go on, boys.